in accordance with Article 5, Section 12 of the Charter of said city, will convene an executive session and a regular meeting on Tuesday, November 1st, 2016 at 5:40 p.m. and at 6 p.m. in the Commission Chambers on the second floor of Brownsville City Hall, Old Federal Building, located at 1001 East Elizabeth Street, Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas. Executive sessions. Executive A, consultation with legal counsel pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071 regarding pending litigation. Executive B, consultation with legal counsel pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071 on a matter in which the duty of the attorney to the governmental body under the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with the Texas Open Meetings Act.
Mayor, move we go into executive session.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion
Yes, that was-
carries.
Understandable.
Ready? Regular meeting will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Red.
Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for this great nation that we're blessed to be a part of. We thank you for the responsibility that we have as citizens, as voters. And Lord, we lift up our elections administrator today, Remy Garza, and every election worker from both parties. Lord, we ask you to bring them together for this monumental task of running a great election. We ask you to lead and guide each voter to give us the leaders we need. Lord, for this meeting tonight, we thank you for our mayor and city commissioners. Lead and guide each person tonight to give us the decisions that are best for the city of Brownsville. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Action on
Actions.
item discussed in executive session. There will be no action taken in executive session.
Mark,
Mayor's
we don't have anything that we, no?
No.
All right. Oh, those are separate items. Okay. I have no activity report.
Okay. Commissioners' activity update.
Proclamations?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was waiting for everybody else. Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to announce, for those of you that don't have Facebook or haven't seen it online, we will have the first ever Community Night Town Hall this coming Monday, November 7th from 6 to 9 p.m. I've invited Commissioner Gowan as an at-large commissioner to be a part of it. I hope everybody has already filled out the survey online. There's a survey. You can also send an email to any one of the commissioners or post on the City of Brownsville Facebook page, or also through the City of Brownsville website. There's a link there for the survey. So I encourage everyone to, even if you can't make it, the most important part is that you participate via social media and everywhere else and submit your questions so that they get answered.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank all of you for those efforts. I think they're great. Proclamation.
Proclamation Municipal Court Week.
Okay. Debbie, is that you or is that Cessa?
I think we should read it. The attorney.
I just think you should have got a haircut. That'd be great. Thank you.
A proclamation of the City Commission of Brownsville, Texas, designating November 7th through the 11th, 2016 as Municipal Courts Week. Whereas the Municipal Court of the City of Brownsville, a time-honored and vital part of local government, has been in existence since December 26, 1941. Whereas more people, citizens, and non-citizens alike come in personal contact with municipal courts than all other Texas courts combined. Whereas municipal courts play a significant role in preserving the quality of life in Texas communities through the adjudication of traffic offenses, ensuring a high level of traffic safety for all of our citizens. Whereas municipal judges and clerks continually strive to improve the administration of justice through participation in judicial education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meeting of their state and local professional organizations. Whereas municipal courts serve as local justice centers for the enforcement of local ordinances and fine only state offenses that protect the peace and dignity of our community. And whereas the City of Brownsville is committed to the notion that our legal system is based on the principle that independent, fair, and competent judiciary will interpret and apply the laws that govern us, and that judges and court personnel will comply with the law and act in a manner that promotes public confidence in the integrity and impartiality of our judiciary. Now, therefore, we, the members of the City Commission of the City of Brownsville, by virtue of the authority vested by the Charter of said city, and on behalf of all of our citizens, do hereby designate November 7th through the 11th, 2016 as Municipal Courts Week, recognizing the accomplishments of 916 Texas municipal courts and saluting their critical role in preserving public safety, protecting the quality of life in Texas, and deterring future criminal behavior, signed on this first day of November 2016. Congratulations.
Members of the Commission, thank you for letting me address you. And we want to thank you for the proclamation and the recognition of our court. And we want to also thank you for the support y'all have given us and the confidence that you have given us. And especially, for example, with the mayor's lead on allowing us to prove ourselves as an effective collection department in addition to dispensing justice. And I think we have shown you through a previous workshop that we've done an excellent job. We're way up there, and we have compliance with what's required by the state. We have a couple little glitches with them, but we're getting that all worked out, and we're ready for them. Also, we want to thank the administration for their constant support in helping us and recognizing our needs. And we thank you, Charlie, and the rest of you that have worked with us. Also, I want to thank my staff for such a great job and such dedication that they have given us and showing that we are second to none in this state for municipal courts, and you can check us out, and I think you'll find out that we're way up there, and it's because of the dedication of our staff and I want to commend you all. And also, I want to commend Robert Baez for the great job he did. He came on board during a major crisis at the municipal court, and he helped pull it all together, and we're running really better than we ever have before. So, Robert, thank you very much. And also, just to give a little background about where we are, when I started out in 1984, 32 years ago, we had one part-time judge, me. We had 6 staff, and we had just moved into the police department that had opened up the new municipal court. Now we have 32 staff. We handle 35,000 cases a year, and we have 4 courts, and we have 5 judges. So we've done a lot of growing, and we've kept up with the laws and everything that was required of us. So I'm going to conclude by saying that this will be my last municipal court week. I tendered Charlie my letter of retirement. I will be retiring December 23rd from this post after 32 years. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve my community. I am so grateful for the opportunities that I have had and the confidence that you placed in me, Charlie, to do this job. And I'm going to end with that and say that I'm not going far, and I plan to be very involved with the city very soon. So thank you again for the proclamation.
Thank you for all the good work you do.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Judge, thank you, sir.
Thank you all for the great work.
Next, we have presentations and the Employee of the Month, Miriam M. Camacho.
Do your thing, Charlie.
Mayor, members of the commission, please help me welcome the Employee of the Month for November. Getting close to our banquet in December, where we'll announce the Employee of the Year. Miriam Camacho. Miriam works in our finance department. Lupe Granado's close by, so we won't reveal what she helps us with behind closed doors. But Miriam started with the city in 2006 and moved on to within the Human Resources Department, and then she moved on to work with us at the Finance Department. What gives her the opportunity to receive this award is that, number one, she handles a lot of our revenue. She's trusted with that. But also she finds a way to spend time with a lot of the directors and helping them with a lot of their workload in relation to assets they may need, equipment, et cetera. And she just goes beyond, with a big smile, beyond the call of duty to help them with that. And we really appreciate what she does for us. Very positive attitude, and it's hard to maintain that when you're working with budgets and things like that, but she finds a way. So for her nomination, she gets a little plaque. And it is a ladies' watch. And of course, she is eligible for the Employee of the Year nomination, which we'll have in our banquet next month. And she is here with her mom and husband and her two daughters.
Would you like to say a couple of words?
Yes, it's her turn.
I'm very honored to be here today and to have been chosen to be the Employee of the Month. I want to thank Mr. Gonzalez and my directors, Mr. Granado and Mr. Santillan, for the opportunity to be part of their department. I also want to thank my coworkers, which make it fun to go to work every day, and I enjoy working with them. But mostly I want to thank my family for always supporting me and for motivating me to take new challenges and to accomplish my goals. And thank you.
Thank you for all your work. Appreciate it. Item number 5.
We have another presentation, Brownsville Convention and Visitors
Oh, I'm
Bureau.
sorry.
Good evening, Mayor and
Good
City
evening,
Commissioners. My name is Mariano Bean Ayala. You're President and CEO of the Brownsville Convention and Visitors Bureau. We're going to give you a quick oversight of our annual happenings. And just for the audience that doesn't know what we do in a couple of sentences, we're Brownsville Convention and Visitors Bureau. We promote the city where the fiesta never ends, and it's a state of mind, an attitude that prevails in Brownsville. It could be your daughter's quinceañera, a Sunday afternoon with a barbecue, getting ready for the Cowboys or the Texans. It could be a piñata party for your children. It's Air Fiesta, Shower Day, Sombrero Fest, Mr. Amigo, the Latin Jazz Festival, kayak racing, Ciclovia, Zufari, birding, history, and much, much more. It's what we do in Brownsville. Life is good here. Why not have fun doing it? It's an attitude that inspires our visitors to come back and return, and that's what we're all about. We want to put heads in beds. I have my board of directors there. You probably know most of them, so I'm not going to go over it. Some of our highlights this past year was Cameron County Crime Stoppers Awareness Fair. We had a lot of Winter Texans outreach programs. We go to about 39 RV parks throughout the valley. We've had a cricket tournament here. We go to Mexico City Travel Show. Agla, Guadalajara, another travel show. We've had, we entertained the Texas City Managers Association Family Day in Brownsville, even though it was on the island. course, sister cities of Altamira, Mexico. And when the Texas Homeland representatives were here, we gave them a fan tour of the city, and I was happy to say that the commissioner mentioned right off the bat that he was very grateful for the hospitality shown to him and his committee. So we were pretty excited about that. Some of our community involvement, we help Air Fiesta, Char Days, Ciclovia, kayak races. We help the Holiday Village as well. These are some of the ads we put out there in Texas events, AAA Texas, Texas Monthly. Some of the advertising we do around, for example, the South Padre Island, we put some ads, and Texas Town and City. In Mexico, we put Texas and Turismo, Texas and Tamaulipas. Some of the brochures you see here, I'm very proud of the Midi-Culture brochure because it really tells you about the entities within the Midi-Culture District. And the last meeting we had at the Midi-Culture District, the Midi-Cultural Foundation Board of Directors sent 3 of their representatives, including one of the family members. And when they saw this brochure, they were very, very excited because it's great exposure. What we put out is a Brownsville's Visitor's Guide. We make 60,000 of these. We distribute them on hotels, RV parks, Valley Chambers. They're at the Texas State Travel Centers throughout the state. And we also pass them out in Mexico and Canada. Also, some of the Valley advertising, we do the shopping and welcome home for winter Texans. We're very high in digital marketing. That's the new way to go. Our Google AdWords has delivered 114,000. We send out our monthly emails get 350,000 impressions, and our retargeting banners impressions are 115,291. I left out a 0. Sorry. Once again, our website analytics, Google Analytics, as we compare 2015 versus 2016, we increased by 42%. We went from 278,000 to 397 page views. Now, where are these people coming from? 158,000 are coming from the United States, 16 from Mexico. Most of our viewers are from Texas. It's something we really like because they can drive down here and spend a couple of nights, maybe 3 nights. And a couple of years back, 3 years ago, a lot of people were saying, well, our locals don't know what Brownsville has to offer. If you notice, we have 43,000 people have gone to our webpage, so our local awareness program is working wonderfully. Once again, digital media outreach. We use search engine marketing, Google AdWords. We have audience targeting and monthly reports and analytics. We do emailing where we have 25,000 tailored emails per month. For example, this coming month, we'll probably put out the Holiday Village and anything to do with Thanksgiving. For example, during February, we might put out the Air Fiesta and Char Days. And those are examples of how we determine which type of email we send out. And this is our webpage, and I would like the audience to know that if you want to know what's happening in Brownsville, just go to Brownsville Information or brownsville.org, and we have, I would say, about 80 to 85% of the happenings in Brownsville on our webpage, and this was an award-winning webpage a couple of years back, so we're very proud of it. And whatever information we get, we tend to put if it's for the general public. So please, general public, make sure you go to brownsville.org. I'm very proud of it, and it's your information place. So go to brownsville.org. We send out, on Mondays, we send out a weekly newsletter. So for the people that want to become one of our members, you will receive this newsletter every Monday. And once again, we put out information and the things that are going on in Brownsville. Bulk mail. The advertising I talked about a few minutes ago, Texas Monthly, Texas Travel, Texas Highways, AAA, whatever, when someone asks for a official visitor's guide, this is the bulk mail we're talking about, that we sent out 22,986 direct mails to someone's home. It went down 1% from last year, but at least we're at 22,900. It went down by about 300 people. Some of the trade shows, I've already mentioned the activities directors, McAllen, and then the McAllen International Trade Show, Winter Texans Day at the zoo. These are things where we expose Brownsville to these people throughout the valley. Fam tours are when we have people come into Brownsville and they want to find out what's going on in Brownsville. We give them a tour of the Miniculture District, downtown, the National Park, Palo Alto, Sable Palms, Historic Brownsville Museum, Stillman House, and what have you. For example, the Texas Crime Stopper Council, Homeland Security again, and we had some people from San Antonio down as well. So that's what a fam tour is. Some of the events we had last year was the Texas Regional 8 Scholastic Chess Championship. We had two types. One was a state, one was a regional. We also had a big tennis tournament here hosted by University of Rio Grande here in Brownsville. And we also had a cricket tournament and state regional soccer tournament. We weren't able to get data on that, but the data we did get, we brought in $449,400 of worth of hotel nights. Some of the conferences we held here in Brownsville was the Texas State Crime Stopper State Conference, the National Narcotic Detector Dog Association, and Immigration Attorneys. Now, the Texas State Crime Stopper State Conference, they had never been in Brownsville before. It's always held in a bigger city. Well, they were so impressed that they're going to come back in a couple of years. And that's what we like to hear. Same thing with the National Narcotic Detector Dog Association. It's the first time we've had their national conference here. They also were pretty impressed, and they're hoping to come back within the next 3 to 4 years. And that brought in $275,400, not counting a couple of other things, for a total of $724,800 is what we brought in. Now, we're very proud of this, and it's not what we'd like to be, but we don't have a full-service hotel. So we had to make a do, and the way we made a do was work with the people at the Miniculture District. We used the Dean Porter Park Pavilion, we used the Camille Playhouse, we used the zoo, and we used their rooms, and we transfer them, we had them walk, we used the Fine Arts Museum, and that's how we were able to entertain 2 conferences. And we've already used it again this year for a couple of other conferences, so we're making it happen even though we don't have a full-service hotel. So that's why I'm pretty proud of the $724,000. We've improved some of the things around the building and the landscaping. We've trimmed some of the trees. We've done some improvement, and it's been a combination of public works. I want to thank Mr. Santana Torres and his staff. They've done a great job, but it's never enough. It's never enough. You know, trees grow all the time. The grass gets dry. So there's still a lot of work. It's a year ongoing thing, but when we can, it looks real pretty. And remember, we're the first thing a lot of tourists want to go to for information, so we're the first ones they see. So we need to be the pearl or the main jewel of the city. Now, go back. Before I go into the next page, I just want to mention that the tourist industry is a very, very important economic wheel to every city. The economic impact of travel in Texas is done by Dean Runyon Associates, and it's prepared for the Texas Tourism Office of the Governor, Texas Economic Development Tourism. I left a copy over there. But it says that for the city of Brownsville, their data says that we employ 2,190 people in the hospitality industry. 2,000 people. And that's a lot of people that are dependent on the travel industry. And I just want to say that we're looking for the future to make it stronger than we have been. So with that in mind, we're going to come back in the future. And the reason I'm excited about the future, because Texas Southmost College, we've already met with them, and we're hopefully going to get a MOU where we're going to be able to use Jacob Brown Auditorium now for conferences, and they're going to have breakout rooms. So that in itself is humongous. Of course, we're also going to use the iTech building. The other thing that has me very excited that we're going to be able to bring in more people in the future is that BISD is now going to open up their gyms, hopefully, and their fields like they used to before. And if that happens, we'll be able to bring in AAU national tournaments, USSSA national tournaments, where we bring in 50 to 70 teams, and that's a lot of heads and beds. The other thing that has me all excited is I met with Mr. Walker at the airport, and I tell you what, I think we have a winner in this gentleman. He's got some great ideas for the airport, and we're already making plans to figure out a way to fill those airplanes on a super consistent way that we fill up our hotels also. So I'm excited about the airport, and we haven't even started with SpaceX. It's gonna get going, so we need to prepare for the future. And with that in mind, go ahead. We'll come back for the future and ask for more funding for sporting events, like I mentioned, for world tournament, national tournaments, and what have you, cycling, kayaking. And the reason you need more money is that you want to give people that part, you have to pay a certain bid for bringing these big tournaments. You have to bid on them. You bid against other cities. And then you have to give a nice award that teams from California or New York, whatever, say, let's go to Brownsville because they're going to give us an entry fee to the World Tournament in Las Vegas, or they're going to give us this award. You got to make it enticing to where they say, hey, man, let's go down there because what they're offering is great. The other thing that we're going to have to face is the new tax law, and I'm going to have to bring on an iTech guy that really gets this analytics and web opportunities to the state. It should be. And then, of course, the new tax law, well, we're all going to face that. So we're going to be coming back, hopefully, to deal with that item. Go ahead. And then digital, it should be digital media. You see, it should have been digital media. I put social media. I'm telling you, I need an iTech guy. And there's so much that's there. It's such a wide open field. And it's just so much that we need to address a lot of these areas. I need to bring on a gentleman or a lady that can handle this. So we're going to put X amount of dollars there to hopefully bring it to the level where Brownsville is always at the top of a search engine or what have you. So that's another area we need to look at. And then we're going to hopefully work with the chambers and the museums and what have you, and concentrate on corporate industrial and concentrate on downtown and city events. So we're going to need to increase that level of advertising and what have you, so we put a figure there. And then the building and landscape, well, of course, it's always a year-round effort and what have you. And we've been using some of the funds that we had extra from the CVB. Well, we've already dried it up, so we want to make sure we have some more income there in the future. And then we bought we want to make sure that we have a charter bus available to transport people, say, from the hotels to the Jacob Browns or to the museums and what have you. So that's another area that's pretty costly. So we used to be funded several years back at $800,000. A lot of you remember that. And we've been doing pretty good at $525,000 and then the $60,000 for the scale house, so we're at $585,000. But hopefully we can get back to the $800,000 in the near future, so we can do more, so we can offer more and bring in more visitors into Brownsville, which will help the whole city overall. So that's my presentation in a nutshell, and I would gladly entertain any questions. Yes, sir.
What do you suggest, or what do you think is the right way to proceed? I mean, if we're looking for a hotel, I mean, we've spoken among the commission. I mean, I know the mayor has spoken with and done some work on trying to bring like a full-service hotel. What do you think is something we could work on, or what do you think is the first step in actually going about a project like that?
Well, believe it or not, we are already speaking to a hotelier, and it's strict confidentiality, but the steps has already begun. And they did approach me, and then I in turn approached a chairman of one of the tax 4B or 4A, one of those. One of those, sorry. And so we're looking into that as we speak. But the problem is that sometimes these people do their homework without anybody knowing because they don't want anybody to know. They're around, but we might not know it. But so far, we're working on something right now as we speak.
Well, thank you, sir. And if you need
Yes.
any assistance or any help, please come. Please let us know. We're here to assist you.
And believe me, I'm the first one to yell for help. Believe
I
me.
think one of the next steps that we're gonna have to look at is the commission combined is gonna have to decide where we would want a convention center.
Yes.
And if we would want it to be a municipal project. I think that we definitely do have somebody that is a legitimate
Yes.
hotelier. And I think that's gonna be the next step, would be the commission's input as to what we want as a whole.
I just want to say thank you for what you do, and thank you for your assistance on our trip to San Antonio, and that was very educational, and appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Bean. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guys,
Thank
keep up
you.
the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do.
Item number 5.
Consent agenda items A through I.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number, let's see, 6.
Boards and commissions, item number 6, consideration and action to appoint or reappoint 2 members to the Airport Advisory Board.
Good evening, Commission, Honorable Mayor. It looks like we've got 2 board members that their terms have expired. We actually need to reappoint one of them, and the other is a new applicant that would be appointed as well. They should be, this would reappoint Joe Torres, and then it would replace the vacant position with, like I said, a new applicant. It's Luis Noriega, and you should have his information in front of you.
Did Mr. Rivera want to apply again, or what was the reason?
I'm sorry, who?
Mr. Rivera, the vacant
Oh,
position?
No, I don't, no, it's
No,
not.
that's just one vacancy, and Joe, who's
Right.
already, his term expired,
Right.
but he's very active.
Oh, yeah.
He's still there.
Ed still stays there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I read it
Yeah,
wrong.
it's-
No, my apologies.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the applicants as suggested by Brian.
I'll second.
You have a motion?
Oh, motion, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Item number 7, public comment.
Public comment period. We have one person speaks.
Good evening. My name is Yolanda Spies, 1844 Dulcinea, Brownsville, Texas, 78521. First of all, thank you for letting me come before you to speak, but the reason I'm here is, how can I put this? It's a constructive criticism. Today, I was in municipal court paying a ticket that never should have been issued in the first place because the ticket was issued in front of my house. Fun fact about the neighborhood is that our house is in a cul-de-sac. You have to intentionally go in there and intentionally go out of your way to hit someone or block someone or impede the flow of traffic. On October 26, 2016, we had a lot of people in our driveway because we are taking security measures to keep intruders from entering our home through our backyard, which is located on Paredes Line Road. We're investing thousands of dollars in protecting our home. The parking area in the cul-de-sac was so full, I parked as best I could under the circumstances. After everyone in the cul-de-sac left, I hopped in the shower and I was going to run some errands. In that time span, a traffic warden decided to come into the cul-de-sac and ticket my vehicle because I was parked in the wrong direction in front of my home. There was plenty of space for people to maneuver, and the likelihood of a collision was highly minimal. It was not long enough for something serious to happen, and I was not hindering traffic. So I had to go to court, set up an appointment, and listen to the prosecuting attorney tell me what was going to happen. Not discuss the case as the document said we were supposed to. I was going to have to pay for this parking ticket, which was issued, once again, in front of my home. Ironically, previous to that ticket, in the span of 3 weeks, we were burglarized once. They entered the home through an alley by jumping a 6-foot fence. Then they went into our home through the kitchen and stole several hundreds of dollars worth of power tools while we were sleeping in the other room. We were able to scare off the burglars during the second attempt because we woke up. There were no officers patrolling the area, certainly no traffic warden when these burglaries occurred. In this month, there have been several burglaries in our neighborhood with other neighbors as I continue talking to them. The irony of this ticket is that it was issued while we were trying to make our home more secure. So in essence, we were violated twice, and our property has not been recuperated. The first violation was by individuals who felt that they had the right to burglarize our home and steal our property. The second violation came at the hands of the traffic warden. Rather than sending more squad cars and have more police presence, we got sent a traffic warden. It seems as though law enforcement is more interested in ticketing taxpayers in front of their homes rather than protecting people and their property from criminals who may or may not be armed and are coming into your house in the middle of the night. How is it that the city of Brownsville law enforcement could have such dysfunctional priorities?
Items, item number 8, consideration and action to award a contract to NetSync Network Solutions of Houston, Texas in the amount of $1,091,352.96 for SOW number CCR-34-0616 Management Information Systems Data Center Refresh Project.
Honorable Mayor and members of the City Commission, as stated, this item is for the MIS Data Center Refresh Project to replace aging IT infrastructure at the MIS Data Center located on the first floor of the Alta Peace facility. Per committee recommendation, the low responsible bidder is NetSync Network Solutions of Houston, Texas. They also have a local office in McAllen. The project proposal is $1,091,352.96 and a completion time of 2 to 3 months. This is State of Texas DIR pricing. Funding is provided through year 2016 certificates of obligation, and staff recommends approval. And we'll entertain any questions or comments that you might have, and the vendor representatives are here tonight.
Second. Well, if I may, one question. What does this actually do, Ms. Bruzek? Because I know we bought a server, I think, less than a year ago, so I'm guessing this is something that works in conjunction?
This is a series of blade servers that house the financial system, building inspections, HR personnel. It also does code enforcement, mobile inspections, things of that nature for the whole city.
And what is the
It also
difference?
provides storage.
So it's different from the other one we purchased? Because I know there's a big room in that first floor and we have some giant servers, and I think we replaced them, didn't we?
We have not replaced those in 9 years.
Okay.
But the servers are one and the blades are other. The blades are the ones where all the internet lines go into. So that's basically what they're getting so that they can go to the server.
Thank you, Commissioner. That was really what I was asking.
I'm
I was
glad somebody knew what
part
they
is this
did.
one?
I'm not exactly
That's what I do for
sure what which server you're talking about. It might have been through a different division, like
That's-
library, which has their own.
Yes, maybe that was it, ma'am.
Okay, so
Well,
with
thank
that,
you.
with that explanation, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 9.
Item number 9, consideration and action to award a contract for the construction of the Southmost Nature Trail.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Commission. This is for consideration and action to award a contract for the construction of the Southmost Nature Trail. A total of 6 bids received for this project were reviewed. OGMCD reviewed the bid tabulation and recommendation from the engineering department. Our department recommends awarding a contract to RM Walsdorf. in the amount of $84,660 for this project. RM Walsdorf was the lowest responsive and responsible bidder, meeting the qualifications and cost estimates. Funding is available under CDBG funds and VCIC funds.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 10.
Item number 10, consideration and authorization for the City of Brownsville to enter into a contract with the Cameron County Emergency Service District Number 1 to furnish firefighting services to the unincorporated area of Cameron County designed by Zone Number 11 on the official Fire Protection Service Zone map of the Cameron County Emergency Service District Number 1.
Good evening, Chief.
Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor, Honorable Commissioners. This is just a continuation. It's a contract that's brought up annually so we can continue to service the unincorporated areas of the county. The value is different depending on the call and the acuity of the call.
And approve.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 11.
Item 11, consideration and authorization for the City of Brownsville to enter into contract with Cameron County Emergency Service District Number 1 to furnish ambulance and emergency medical services to the unincorporated area of Cameron County designed by Zone Number 1 on the official Fire Protection Service Zone map of the Cameron County Emergency Service District Number 1.
Once again, this is just for the EMS portion of it.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 12.
Item 12, consideration and action to award a contract for the purchase, delivery, and installation of equipment and gear for a new fire engine number 2 for the Brownsville Fire EMS Department.
Yes, and now on this one is going to be a little more detailed because we did get the truck, and thank you for all the help on getting that engine too for the west side. Now what we need to is equip it with the equipment that needs to be in that truck so we can be able to provide the services. So that's where this falls under.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 13.
Item
Thank you,
13.
Chief.
Item 13, public hearing and action on first reading to approve ordinance number 2016-1621 in support of Texas Enterprise Zone designation for Kempfell Amphels at the Port of Brownsville.
Mayor and members of the commission, one of the things that the City Commission can do to help businesses is work with the state of Texas in the creation of a Texas Enterprise Zone. What this ordinance does is it nominates the project Keppel Amphels for inclusion in the Texas Enterprise Zone program, and we'd ask that you approve.
Okay, and we realized from GBIC that it cost the city no money, so I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 14.
Item number 14, public hearing and action on first reading to approve ordinance number 2016-1622 in support of Texas Enterprise Zone designation for SATA USA.
Mayor and members of the commission, SATA USA is one of our new neighbors. We've been working quite a bit with GBIC. They're an Italian company out of a town near Torino, Italy, and they were involved in advanced manufacturing. This ordinance would basically petition the governor's office to include SATA Group as part of the Texas Enterprise Zone designation. We'd ask that you
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Vote adjourned.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you all very much.